Hey. Okay, we're going to try this again. So I was just on here live for a hot second, and I think somehow I muted myself. I don't know. But anyway, this is just a really quick word that I just want to release to you. It's Saturday night. I'm not even sure who's actually going to be on Facebook, but I struggled with whether or not I should just leave this alone and keep it to myself for right now and just wait, or if I needed to share it. And I'm like, you know what? I definitely need to share it. So I'm here in the process of working on my next book, and I have not released my own solo project in a long time. And so I'm in this space here, and I'm writing about, hi Renee, and I'm in the process of writing about the benefits of righteous living. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and I got excited. And he spoke as I'm writing, he is speaking about the benefits of righteous living, being in right standing with God. But when he said you're about to walk in supernatural approval, I said, okay, God, am I supposed to just keep this in the book, or am I supposed to talk about it? So I'm just gonna take a minute and just encourage you that the righteous, I'm not even going to say that you're about to walk. I'm telling you that you are walking in supernatural approval. And let me tell you something. I know what it feels like. I know that life may feel topsy-turvy for a lot of people. I know that some of us may have more bills than we have money. I know we have a lot of annoyances. I know that we have a lot of stressors and all of those things. But I'm here to encourage you that you are walking in supernatural approval. And for some of us, we're waiting for the just the manifestation of that. But do not get weary. Do not lose heart, because the Lord spoke this to me. So when we're talking about the benefits of righteous living, I'm just going to hit you with a couple of these. Psalm 92:12 says, the righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. So when I begin to really look at that, like, okay, why are we saying the palm tree? And why is this even important? Here's the thing. When you're in right standing with God, you will flourish. When you're in right standing with God, you will thrive. We're about to move into a space where we're not just surviving, but we are thriving. That we are thriving. That we are going to have more than enough. And so from the natural perspective, when you look at a palm tree, it's significant in that a palm tree, it grows straight toward heaven, right? It doesn't matter how much fruit it bears. It doesn't matter how much weight is placed on the palm tree. I need you to catch that in the spirit. It doesn't matter how much weight it is carrying. It still shoots upward. It does not bend. It still shoots upward. If you find a palm tree in the middle of a storm, you may find it moving back and forth, but it always snaps back into upright position. And so what Psalm 92:12 tells us is that the righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. That means it doesn't matter what storm you find yourself in. It doesn't matter what adversity you find yourself in. It doesn't matter what weight you're carrying on your shoulders at this present moment, but that you will flourish. You are going to thrive. You are about to thrive. And so then the Lord took me to Proverbs 11:21, which says, the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, right? So what does that mean? That means that, again, whatever it is that you're going through, you can rest assured that you're going to be delivered out of that thing, right? You're going to be delivered. Your children are going to come through. The seed that God releases you to sow is going to bloom into something else. Like, it's not going to be wasted. It's not going to be dried up. It's not going to be plucked up, but it is going to be delivered. So for some of you, you have seed that has been held up. You've been sowing seed. You've been doing the right thing, and it seems like it's been in a chokehold. But things are about to be released to you. Listen, I'm telling you something. I got excited about this word that God gave to me, and I wanted to give it to you. He released me to be able to encourage you. Then the Lord led me to Peter 3:12, which says that eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. Psalm 34:7 says, the righteous cry and the Lord hears and delivers them out of their troubles. What does that mean? When you are in right standing with God, he sees you. His eyes are over you. He sees your situation. You have not been forgotten. He's not just leaving you in a space where where you're just going to be left and abandoned on your own, but his eyes are over you. And what we know is that the cry of the righteous, God has his ear inclined to those that are righteous, right? So he hears you and he sees you, and you will be delivered out of whatever trouble you may find yourself in. Now, this is where I got really excited. And I said, okay, God, okay, I'm going to take a pause from writing. I've been writing for like the last hour or something like that. Let me take a pause. Let me encourage my sisters and brothers. Psalm 5:12 says, you, O Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. You will surround him as with a shield. Let me tell you something. When Holy Spirit began to download to me, one of the things he says, favor is released to the righteous. Like, this is what Holy Spirit is saying to me. He said, this means that God will open doors for you that man says you are not worthy of and that you are not qualified to walk through. This is what Holy Spirit said. He said, but because you have favor, you will walk in supernatural approval. That's what he said. He said, the favor that will rest on your life will act as a shield against the weapons of the enemy. I want to encourage someone who you have been doing the right thing. I want to encourage someone who has been in right standing. I want to encourage a person, you've been doing what God has told you to do, and you're like, God, I feel like everything that I need is in a chokehold. Father, I feel like life is just crazy right now. When am I ever going to get relief? Listen, trust me, I feel you. And I was saying the same thing. And I'm going to tell you, when I sat down to write today, I didn't even want to work on this chapter. This was a chapter that I knew I needed to work on about the benefits of righteous living. And I just was in this space where, like, okay, God, I felt this pull to write, but I didn't want to write about this, right? And because sometimes it can feel frustrating, right? When you feel like, oh, God, I'm doing the right thing. And, why do I feel like I said, why do I feel like things are in a chokehold? Or why do I feel like things are being held up? But it was for this moment where it says, you, O Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. You will surround him as with a shield. And so when the Holy Spirit said, he said, favor is released to the righteous. I'm here to tell you right now that favor has been dispatched on your behalf, and that God is opening doors for you that man says you're not worthy, that man says you're not qualified, that man says, listen, we opened this door for you before, but you messed it up and we're not going to give you another chance. God is opening doors for you that you didn't even know existed. God is creating doors and avenues and pathways and roadways just for you. And he said, even though the world says you're not qualified and on paper you don't even look like you're qualified, he said, but because there is favor resting on your life, you will walk in supernatural approval. Some of us are needing God to move financially. Some of us are needing God to move spiritually. In ministry, we're needing him to move for us on our jobs. We're needing him to move in terms of where we live. And we need God to do something supernatural to move us. I hear God saying some of y'all are about to be moved from the waiting list all the way up to the front. There's going to be a glitch in the system. But because you are the righteous, you're about to be moved off the waiting list to the front of the line. And even though they gave you a deadline of when things were going to be released for you, God is releasing things quickly on your behalf because there is favor on your life. The Lord spoke and said, the favor that rests on your life, it acts as a shield against the weapons of the enemy. So listen, for some of you, I'm here to encourage you. What has been held up is about to be released. Your blessing has been held up. Your abundance has been held up. The heartache that you've been feeling, there is healing that has been dispatched and it's been held up because the enemy has tried to keep you in a place of feeling downtrodden. But I'm here to tell you right now that the favor that rests on your life, it is acting as a shield for you against the weapons of the enemy. That means that what the naysayers have been saying about you and to you, those word curses are falling to the ground. The word curses are being returned to sender, my God, and you are walking in supernatural approval. Woo! Supernatural approval. My God, I just wanted to encourage you for a second. I'm telling you something, that thing encouraged me. Do not lose heart. I say this all the time, don't lose heart. Don't get weary. Don't get tired of doing right. Don't you get tired of it, because favor has been released to the righteous, and doors are swinging open for the righteous, whether you are on paper qualified or not. But favor has been dispatched for you, and you are walking. Stop saying, well, God, when it comes, listen, it has been released, and you are walking in supernatural approval. The things that you have put before God, you are walking in supernatural approval. The dreams that you forgot about, but they've been bubbling up, and you're like, God, I don't have the financial resources. I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. You are walking in supernatural approval. God's about to approve a thing. You're about to receive the thing. You are walking in supernatural approval. Listen, I love you. Y'all be blessed on today. I just wanted to encourage you for just a few minutes. I know it's Saturday night. I don't know who even caught this, who even saw this, or who's going to see the replay. But I wanted to release this so I can get back to writing, because I'm on assignment to get this book out. And I love y'all. Remember that you were created to make God famous. He's anointed you to do hard things. Hey, Tanya, I see you. Y'all be blessed. I love you.